morning everyone, I'm back, and what I have mixed up here is something that goes with this. This is a little bit greener than the ochre, but I thought I'd like it, and I added a really bluish purple. I have a couple of colors here, so I mixed them all up myself. Only this one is a real color, so and that one. And it's Liquitex Basics. Let me get them. It's all the Liquitex, but this time instead of pouring with or mixing with just pouring medium and gloss medium, I mixed it with the glue, the PVA glue. This is it. This is the stuff I sell in my shop. So I mixed it up with a little bit of pouring medium, gloss medium, a little bit of polymer medium, and a lot of PVA glue. And that's what this mixture is. Of course, I put some dimethicone in all colors, and that's about it. So we're ready to go. First off, I do want to show you the updated sponsor list. So thank you all for sponsoring in December 2017. And I think we're ready to go. Well, there's another thing I wanted to show. That is the gecko. He's ready. As you can see, I put some glitter on top, just around the spine like that, and on the little feet, and on his face. Not sure if you can see it, but it's varnished, and he's ready to hang on the wall. A lot of people have asked me where I buy this, but it's a Dutch shop, and I'm not sure if they sell outside of Europe. But I was looking who made this, and it's a French company. So people that live in France should be able to get these. And I did put a link to where I buy it. I put a link in one of the comments, but I can put a link to this under this video. And for the people that live in Holland, they can buy it. And for other people, and they have a lot of them. They have like elephants and giraffes and hippopotamus, and I saw a chicken and a little pig, and they have all sorts of animals. But I sort of like this because I think, you know, one of those lizards go well with all these cells and weird colors. So that's the gecko, Mr. Gecko. Now, another thing that people have asked me, you know, they say, you're so good in doing the colors. Well, sometimes I just don't have any inspiration about colors. And what you can do is go to Pinterest. Pinterest has color swatches. If you search for color swatches, you will go to a lot of these. And you can just save them in your own color swatch map. And when you're out of inspiration, you can just pop in there and find something you like. Now, say for instance you chose this one and it has 5 colors and you don't think that's enough because I have 6. I mixed the really light pink and sort of goes with this, but I was more going for the purples. But if you think, you know, I like this, you could add a white, or you could add a Titan Buff, you know, unbleached titanium color. Or you could even add, like I did, a darker purple, bluish purple. And you can just add to these. So you have your basic colors, and maybe you'll think, well, maybe I like a little bit of white, so you put some white in. But that way, you'll never be out of ideas to pour, right? So, I have a 40 by 40, 40 by 40. 20 by 20. I don't know why I said that. I am so funny. So this is a 20 by 20, and I'm going to get a cup, and we're going to do the smashing on the canvas again. Oh, another thing I wanted to show you. I dug up some of that crackle paste, and I put it on here, as you can see. This was an old pour I did a long time ago, and I put some crackle paste on that. And that's kind of cool, isn't it? After it cracked, I put my, I have bronze mica, and the micas I sell in my shop, they are also very good for making paint. All you have to do is mix it with some sort of a gloss or a satin medium, and you will have paint, and it looks pretty. As you can see, it has a beautiful sheen to it, and I kind of like it. And I'm just not sure what I'm going to do with this. It was sort of just seeing how this stuff works, because as you know, I've promised to do a really big abstract painting, which I haven't started yet, but I do think I want something with crackles in it. Okay, now we are ready. Let's see, what do we start with? I think I'll put all the purples in first. Get them all together. I'm gonna save a little bit for if the pour isn't as pretty as I thought it would be, and then I'll just add some ribbons. That'd be cool. That's it. Then the pink. There we go. And I made a lot of blue. And of course the ochre color. Let's put all the ochre in because I don't want ochre in the ribbons. That's it. Okay. Now I'm going to pop it on like I did. Nope, I'm going to do it like this. Whoa, that is pretty. I really do like it. I'm going to make sure that a lot of the ochre gets poured off. That is pretty here. And I am very curious how the cells are going to pop up on this one. The up here is beautiful. I just don't like this big thing here. So I think I'm going to let that come down. There it goes. Fixing the little corners. And we are ready. Now let's see what happens. Now I gotta say that I do really like the cell structure as it's coming up. Not sure how it's gonna stay, but so far I really like it. I'm gonna go around the sides. Don't forget the sides, because you know when those cells go over the sides, that's really pretty. I really like this happening here. That is really awesome. Let me get it up close to you. And in focus. There it is. Look at that. That is beautiful. That is really pretty. It's almost like a mother of pearl when I look over it here. That is really pretty. But I am going to add some ribbons because I really want to do that. So I'm gonna make sure it's stirred in properly. I want all the colors in there except the ochre, because I didn't like the ochre. And the blue. And I'm going to put all the blue in because I really miss the blue. There is a lot of blue popping up, but I'm going to pour straight over the pieces that I really don't like. And it'll be up here because I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like this. I sort of don't like that either. Okay, let's see what we got. You've got to be really careful here. Maybe that's just enough. Who knows? Let me make it a little bit bigger and make it come down. That is nice. This I want to keep because I like that, but this little bit here, I don't like so much. Making it move just a little bit more. And in a bit, I'm gonna be torching it. That's nice. Yeah, that's dramatic. That is dramatic. I like it. Up here a little bit. This is pretty up here. Look at that. Oops, gotta get you in focus. There it is. Look at that. The shells are really pretty. That's something that I think that's the PVA glue that does that. It sort of gives you a lot of circular cells with all those little round things in the middle. And sorry about my head, but I want to see it up close. Yeah, okay. Now, to finish this off, I would like to add something. And it's going to be a holographic, purple holographic glitter, which I'm going to blow over the top. That's it. Just a little bit. No more than that. And I have some, let's see, some pink holographic, which I am going to also do over the top. That's going to give it just that little sparkle it needs. I'm not sure if you can see it. Nah, you'll have to wait till it dries. When it's dry, it really comes to life. So that's it. And I'm going to do something with the rest of the paint that I have left over. Let me put this away. Because I did have a little bit of this Yupo that I had left. And first off, I'm going to do a squish and see what happens when I squish it. It's sort of marbled, but I'm not really totally in love with it. It is selling just a little bit, but that's about all that's going to be left of it. I'm looking for nice little bits that I can use for jewelry. If I do find some, then I'll keep it. Not sure about it. So the other one, I would like some more blue in it, I think. I think I'll just have to help it a little bit. And clean off the palette knife. And then do some squishing, swiping. Now it's totally covered, as you can see. There we go. I think I like this one a little bit better. And before I put it away, I'm going to give it a little dust, but with the purple holographic, not the pink one. Oops. Not much coming out. Oh, tiny bit. But I think it's a little bit too big. I don't like that. I'm going to use a really fine glitter, art glitter. There it is. Oh, that's nice. And I'll do the other one too. Usually what's best is if you just put a little bit of the glitter in the palm of your hand, and then you just blow it over the wet paint. Then it's really pretty. Not sure if you can see it. Yeah, a little bit. So we're going to keep these two because they're really pretty. And I'm going to try one more. And this time I will give it some out of the cup. Like that. And the last little bit of blue. There it is. And for contrast, a little bit of that really dark purple. That might look good. Cleaning off the palette knife. And you don't really need to have it all covered, you know. If you do one swipe and it's really pretty and it's absolutely what you're going for, you can just stop. There you go. That's pretty marbled. And a little, I think I'll put a little bronze on this one. Yeah, that's nice. That's it. But the other pour, I think it was very close to a sort of a mother of pearl sort of colors, and I really like that. Let's put this one away. I might try that one more time. Let's see. Just putting it on in stripes. And I'm gonna get something just getting these cocktail or toothpicks, whatever you call them. Let's see. That's nice. Trying to give it a little bit an illusion of mother of pearl, but let's see what happens if we now tip it a little bit, get all the excess paint off. And then I'm going to come in with the bronze and gold. Both of them are going to go on this one. That's nice. And the gold. That's pretty. But I am missing a little bit of that blue. The blue really makes it look like mother of pearl, I think. So I'm going to put that on the side. Get the little stick and pull it through there. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I might use a little bit of that. As you can see, there's a little really fine glitter on there. The glitter is really fine, and I think that is the bigger glitter I'm not so fond of. I like the really fine art glitter. That works best. It is so tiny. Can you see that? If you just stand in front of it, you don't see it, but when you move it, you can see it. It's beautiful. But I like this a little bit down here. I might use that. Okay, well, I think we're ready. This is a lot of paint, but this you can't really keep. As you can see, it's already turning muddy, and there's not much you can do with it. And of course the base is the PVA glue, so you don't want to keep it. It might turn into a really nice color. Let's see. If it does, I might keep it. No, I'm not liking the color. Now, people that have the same experience on canvas, if you're having this on your canvas, it's just a telltale sign of your paint being too thin, because this is border too thin. As you can see, it's really coming off the stick or coming off the palette knife. When I pour it, it drips. At first it'll stream off, but then it starts dripping, and that's a sign that it's too thin. So if you're having that, you know how I always say, you know, test it, the build up on the stick? Well, as you can see, there's build up, but when I hold it up, in the end, it turns to drips. See that? Drip, 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 drip. Then your paint is just a little bit too thin. You really want to have it come off in a stream, but not turn into those drips too fast, because that's a telltale sign it's too thin. Now, when your paint is too thin and you pour that on your canvas and you have to tilt, you're doing the same thing that I'm doing, like doing this. You know, you're letting all the paints touch each other and mix into each other, and when that happens, you get this color on your canvas, and of course you're not looking for this. you want beautiful colors and cells and all those different colors popping up. And I understand that. So when you get this, the next batch you mix, make it a little bit thicker, because that's the thing that's happening. Now I do want to scrape out this, the last of it, just to see what happens. It lays really nicely on top. And because I'm not going to do anything else with this paint, I think I can empty out the rest. There it is. Just looking what it's doing. Because this is, you know, where you can get to experiment with the leftover paint. And what I see, why I'm doing this, is because it gives a beautiful crispy line. And even the first one that I poured into that, the muddy base, it's still perfectly lined. So that's sort of good to know, because if you're going to do ribbons on top of something, this is sort of what you're looking for. And of course you can torch this, because there's silicone in it. And you'll see it cell some. See that? There's all sorts of cells popping up. But if you want to do something different, I thought about this, I was going to do that later on. Oh, look at that, that is beautiful. What you can do is, if you're planning on doing ribbons, then when you've mixed your paint, you divide it. You do like 1/4 you leave in the cup, and 3/4 you put the dimethicone or your silicone in there, but you leave the other without the silicone, because if you do ribbons without silicone, you will have that nice tight lines. And if you put silicone in the paint that you do your ribbons with, you'll have this type of line. So that's something that you can, before you start out and pour, that's something that you can think about if you want to do tight ribbons or ribbons with cells. I should do a close-up of this. This is really beautiful. So that's it for today. This was one of the challenges, 14 different colors in 14 different days. And of course, colors that I've almost never used before, because I sort of like that. And that's what we're doing. So thanks for watching. Love you all to pieces. Liebe euch alle. And I'll see you in the next video.